a no makeup look. And I'm using Urban Decay, and I'm going to do it on the beautiful Shan. So it's a really beautiful nude look. So what I'd start with is foundation, because we always want a kind of good canvas to work with. If you've got great skin, I'd say don't put it all over. Do the foundation before you do the concealer, because then you can actually see where your foundation is going to give you the help you need, and then you might not need to put any concealer on. So I always start in the T-zone, because you don't want to build up to a mask around the face. And if you've got the right colour, the foundation should always match the skin. It's not about darkening the skin. It's about creating a kind of really gorgeous glow to the skin, a healthy look to the skin. I'm using my fingers to just massage this in as I would a moisturiser, because that way I kind of find it works it into the skin kind of beautifully and gives you that kind of second skin look. I'm using the Naked Skin foundation because it's just got the most beautiful weightless finish to it. And what I love about this foundation is you can kind of just build on it, and it just really works into the skin. I'm tapping it around the eyes, almost using it like a concealer. So again, we're always a little bit more pink on the outside of the eyes, so I'm putting a little bit here, over the eye. That gives you a good base to work with, and it will help your eyeshadow stick if you're not going to use a primer. I love this brush. It's the optical blurring brush, and it really kind of does what it says. It gives that blurred HD effect to the skin. If you work it in a circular motion, it will get rid of any foundation, any little downy hairs on the face. We all kind of tend to need a little bit of help on the inside of the eye and the corner, and again on the outer edge. And I actually, for this nude look, I love to add a little bit of concealer under the eyebrow to give that like a natural highlight that's not got a shimmer in it, so it doesn't, it doesn't look made up. You can just take a brush to just kind of work it right into the corners, or you can use your finger. I love working with fingers because the warmth of your finger really melts the concealer into the skin, so you don't get that cakey finish to the concealer, but you want to get it right up to the lashes. If you have any little skin imperfections that you need to cover, again, do this after the foundation, because if you do it before, when you applying the foundation, you're just going to wipe it off. Once you've got your foundation, you would then go on to powder. So I'm going to use the Naked Loose Powder. I still want her skin to look really healthy, so I'm just going to apply powder to the T-zone. A little bit under the eyes. I'm going to take a little bit of powder. This is kind of, if you're not using a primer, it's the perfect base for your eyeshadow. I'm going to use the Naked 2 palette, which is a really beautiful matte palette. This is from the whole Naked range. So I'm going to apply this all over the lid as a base. So this is not the lightest colour, the next lightest in. And I'm going to follow this completely under the eye as well. I'm going to take Cover, which is a really beautiful taupey shade, and take this on the outer corner of the eye. And I'm going to take this underneath the eye, really close to the lashes, just on the outer corner. I'm not going to take it too far in. This is all about looking effortlessly unmade up, but you've still got a full face of makeup on. And the secret to all this is blending. You don't want any hard lines, so you just want to blend and blend. I'm taking the highlighter, Skimp, and I'm going to apply that just to the brow bone. And I'm going to apply a little bit just to open up the eyes, just on the inner corner of the eye. Whilst I've got this in my hand and I'm working with it, I often apply it a little bit to the Cupid's bow for later, just to give that kind of really pretty sheen. I'm going to take Undone, which is the darkest shade, and just put this really close to the lash line. You don't want any gap here between the lashes and the colour that you're using. So you just kind of work that right into the lashes. I would then curl the lashes. You don't need to do this, it's just kind of one of my obsessions. I'm going to take the Urban Decay Perversion Mascara, which is a really amazing black mascara. It's got a really curled edge, so it's easy to get into the inner lashes, and you want to lift from the root. You don't need to wiggle this because the way the wand is formatted, so you don't need to wiggle, you can just brush straight through, and it's amazing because it's buildable again. Because this look is quite naked, I probably wouldn't put any on the bottom lashes, but if you've got very fair lashes and you want to, just wipe the wand clean so you've got the smallest amount of product on the lashes, and then just literally apply it to the root. So you're not taking it all the way through, you're literally going to press it on the root. Brows are really important because they really do make the definition between being ungroomed and groomed. So always brush your eyebrows upwards, and this will also release any powder, any makeup that you've got in the eyebrow. If you've got the Naked Basics, they're great because they're matte, so you can use them for the brows, and they're great taupe shades, so they're not too red. You never want to make your brows darker, so always edge on a slightly lighter than your natural brow, and just follow the shape of the way the hair grows. It's so simple. On the brow, you'll go from underneath on the inside to fill in, mimicking the hair. And then when you get to the top, you'll move from the under to the top edge, because if you do it under, you're gonna bring the eye down. So you're gonna move to the top edge, and again, follow the shape of the hair. And if you need to extend it a little bit, you're just doing feathery strokes. Next, I will do blusher. Because I still want the skin to feel really fresh and dewy, I'm going to use a cream blush. I've not powdered this area, I only powdered here, so I'm still okay to work with the foundation on the skin. So I'm taking the Illuminating Beauty Balm and I'm mixing it with the Naked Flushed. So I'm just going to mix it on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to pat this to where we naturally blush. So the apple of the cheek. And you can still work this in really well with your fingers. I'm going to finish this look with the Naked Lip Gloss in Walk of Shame, which is a really pretty wearable colour. And you can just apply straight with the sponge applicator. It's got a great tip to get into the corners. It's lovely because it's not sticky. And then what I'm going to do is take a little tiny bit on my hand, and I'm going to give a really natural highlight just to the top of the cheekbone with it. So there you have it, your nude, naked, everyday look. Very easy to do.